Hey everybody, Alex here, emailing you to give you a status update on life. I figured it'd be way easier to write one big group email than like 2 dozen little ones. I've only got so much time, you guys. And don't worry, I've BCC copied it, so some of my more dodgy friends looks to a certain individual carrying a certain road cone won't know who you are. Just kidding, you guys are great. So, before I start, you just need to know a few things. One, both my spelling and grammar are trash. So, before you hate on me, just know this isn't really formal. It's just a fun update I'm writing for you guys. And that brings me to thing two. I don't know how often I can do this, or if you guys want me to do this. So, if you want to hear about what's going on in my life, be sure to tell me, so I'm not spamming you with tons of useless info. Oh, and that's point three. I've been told by some people, glares, my use of XD is obsessive and annoying. But you know what? I'm sorry. You're just going to have to get used to it. See, I'm already breaking you in. Now that the preliminaries are out of the way, let me tell you what's happened. About 3 nights ago, I took an hour or so before bed walk to a secluded place on the farm we were staying at in Arapuni, and I read the letters you guys wrote me, and it was amazing. Thank you, like all of you, because that was a super wonderful blessing. Seriously, it was so cool to see how God has woven my life into all of yours, and your lives into mine. Except I will admit it was a bit of a curse, as it made it that much harder to leave. Thank you so much, and trust me, I'm keeping those letters. After that, I spent the next morning in a final quiet time on the farm, and there's a picture of the day before. You can see a misty New Zealand landscape. Then basically I worked solidly from the morning to the afternoon helping my family get out of the house we were staying at. We said goodbye, loaded our bags, and headed out for one last visit of Cape and Ray, which if you don't know, that was a really big part of me and my family's lives during this amazing season in New Zealand. So we said goodbye to a family that really blessed us, as well as some of the students, which was hard. And then one of the teachers drove us to our cousin's house. We then said goodbye to them, and my Uncle Dave drove us to the airport. We got through security smoothly, and it was right about then that I began to realize that I was really leaving. Oh, and also Ben, my little brother, got a cool shot during that time. There's an image of how much we've grown. He has a picture beside him and a New Zealand statue from Lord of the Rings, and then him grown up next to that same New Zealand statue. But yeah, we hopped on the plane and flew 9 hours through the night to Hawaii, and for goodness sakes, there wasn't any good movies! Shakes his head. If you're going to leave all your friends, you at least deserve a good movie to distract you. I petition this is the case. I got a fair amount of sleep, though, so I guess it could have been worse. After that, we saw Pearl Harbor, which was frankly a lot more boring than it sounds. I took a trash picture. Cringes as a person I won't name is mortified by my poor photography. And then after that, we flew to the Big Island to meet with some of Mom and Dad's old friends. And when I say old, I do mean old. Seriously, they first met these guys 25 years ago. That's longer than I've been alive. But they were great. And the upside is it's legal to ride the back of a ute. If I said that here, everyone would think I was crazy. Here in Hawaii. So Ben, I, and Grace got to ride in the back of a truck, and that was cool. And we drove up to the house we were staying at, which was surprisingly fun. 10 out of 10 experience. Then I wrote most of this and realized I kind of need to sleep to live. And then I went to bed. Oh, and I walked through a screen door, and I broke it. So that was fun. After that, I woke up and I finished this email, and I have a beautiful view of the morning Hawaii landscape. Considering all the goodbyes, I'm doing pretty well, but, still a little bit sad. Oh, and also I did learn something on the way, so I suppose I might as well make this educational. As I went through the airports and the masses of dehumanized, and let's be honest, mostly Asian, people, I was struck by how great God's love must be to care deeply for all of them. They all have lives, they all are the center of their own universe, just like, you and me. And sure, it's easy to say, God loves everybody. But when you see how many people there are, runs his hand through his hair. Guys, God's love is massive. And one more thing, in light of God's massive love, I'm reminded of how much my love is pretty small. In honesty, I don't really love all those people, and certainly not the way God loves them. I don't really care what happens to them or what they've been through. To me, they're just faces in the crowd. Part of the indistinguishable mass known as humanity. But the thing is, guys, I want to care. I want to love those people the way God loves them, and I want to know there's no way that, and I know there's no way I'm going to come up with a love that big on my own. I need His love to flow through me. And though maybe it hasn't happened yet, I'll be praying that it will, for me and for you guys. So yeah, that's my little lesson and what's been happening in my life. I don't know if this is a blog, email, or it's a permanent thing. Kind of depends if you guys want me to do this more often, and if I actually have time, because sometimes life gets crazy. Also, I add everyone to the list that I could think of, so I would care to hear, but if you want to get off, just tell me. Thanks for reading, and of course, feel free to email me. I'll be praying for all of you. Well, a lot of you. I can't pray for all of you at once. That would take ages. But yeah, thanks for listening.